Hi everyone, the price of Bitcoin have been doing exactly what we predicted in the last episode. We have been talking that seems days and weeks already that we will have this pull out and then the bounce around the orange line would always have been a massive support, and the daily and the bullish trend we have been having all these weeks and months. So we did here, and now we're having it around here as well. There is the possibility that we're gonna go and reach this area of the 100, 910. Why this possibility exists? This possibility is not new, it's already old. I explained it many weeks ago. If you haven't seen it yet, just go and check in the video and the videos before. I will link it in the description below. So we have this breakdown last time from this area. I was calling many times normally what the Bitcoin price does in order to continue going up and up and up. Most of the time, not always, but most of the time we go up, we liquidate everybody thinking that we're gonna go to 1 million, and then we always go and reach the retest pretty much the area where we were consolidating and of the breakout, and this is going to be the confirmation that now we're ready to go up. So actually I was expecting less from Bitcoin because how it always doing this history, and now we're bouncing here. So now what I'm expecting, if you wonder what actually is going to happen next, I expecting to have maybe a little bit of pull out to the area I'm calling, just to check out more my paper hands, or we could also just consider this a little bit and then continue again up. For that, it's really important to keep in mind the time we have, the direction of the straight line, which we are in a negative on the negative side already, or negative position, which is good because that means that we don't get fell so hard when we already have the negative or the red valley, which means the direction of the movement in this case would be to the downside, but doesn't have any strong it doesn't have any power according to the straight line. So I wouldn't be worried about it, like I have been saying before. I just want to go to the 4-hour chart if you want to take advantage of the trade. Now there's not much opportunity because the trade was here when I was calling in my Twitter. If you have not joined my Twitter, you can just do it. It's the Ozblockspace, and there I do post quite often, more regularly than the videos, because take much less time. So I did enter to a trade around this area, not exactly there, but it was around there. Let's see, what was it? Right, the 12,000. Yeah, I entered actually 13,000, then went all the way to 15,000. I still haven't closed my position, to be honest, because I'm expecting that maybe we're gonna go and reach this area. Let's see what's gonna happen. Right now we still have time. Maybe we're just gonna do a super tiny green valley, but I don't care because I already put the position above the price of entry. So if I get liquidated, I'm don't lose anything. I put it above the price of entry because I also need to pay fees for that. So you should be aware of that. If you're doing trading, I hope that you already have a good idea of what you're doing. Otherwise you can just enter the market and lose some money. So that's what I don't want that you do, because I did so many mistakes like this, and this is why I'm trying to show and teach everybody as I can, for you to just take advantage of the market and don't get the drained like most of the people does in the crypto space. So yeah, I hope this is clear already. For 4 hours we're potentially going to come and reach this area. If you're planning to enter here because then you think that we're going to go to 120 again, I wouldn't recommend it, because this is the area where you have less possibility to win. This in any case would be the area to take profit and not to enter to any long. So hope that's clear. This will be for the next 2 days more or less, and let me see. Also, if you still have doubts of what actually price gonna do, I don't know what to do with you, because we have Metaplanet and it's just start the month of August just making a big purchase of 463 bitcoins. So I wouldn't really be thinking that much, because we have the big opportunity at 112. You have the big opportunity here if we see it in the long term, and I don't think that we're gonna see a lower. Maybe the 110, but that's not sure. Now we are in this area. I expecting Bitcoin going to 130 already this month, because we already have the CPR. If you don't know, the CPR is an indicator that actually give you a calculation of the price, where actually kind of deduction where it's going up and down. It's marked both sides, up and down, and which be the initial target, the medium, and the more bullish or bearish target. And this month will be like 140, if I'm not wrong. 130 will be, you don't see it right now because I mean the price is just going down, but this is completely normal. So keep that in mind. Hopefully this month we're gonna be reaching 130, which actually that's nothing in a bull market for Bitcoin. We're talking about 13%. Come on, 13% is really nothing. Let's see how it goes with the time. Hopefully we're gonna reach more higher than 145. I have been predicting already for months already, but it's all depending about how the setup of the geopolitics and the time and the influence we're gonna have to the market, because we see more and more like whales buying not only Bitcoin but also Ethereum. Like yeah, there are like mega whales like buying all the time when we have a dip, and this weekend wasn't any exception. And as you can see in this chart as well, like the majority for like this is with Bitcoin as well, like BlackRock, they're just sucking all the tokens you're selling, and anybody is selling. Grayscale as well. Grayscale media, I never heard this. I don't know, maybe it's like Broadarity's company. I don't really know, but Fidelities as well. Otherwise, all of them, they're not slipping. They just have the buy orders already set up at that price. So I hope you do the same. And remember, if you want to take advantage of the market, you can just jump into the description below. I do have a link over there where you can join to the Bitunix and trade any coin, any token you want, always with risk management. And you don't need to dress up yourself. You can just enter your email, mobile number, and you can have a nice bonus with the link below. If you're still wondering what Bitcoin is and why you should have, I want to play this video for you to have just a reminder. I hope that by now you're already aware of what Bitcoin is, and you shouldn't have any doubt. But if you still doubt, I'm gonna play this video to you.
Money that's ever created.
What is money to you?
Bitcoin is probably the best form ever created.
What is money to you?
Yeah. Well, to me, money is really like a medium of exchange, and it came out of this need from the barter system not fully working, right? Like if I grow apples and you raise beef, and I kind of want some beef, but you don't need my apples right now. You got enough apples. It's like that's a barrier to a trade happening, right? So it helps if we have this common medium of exchange that can be used to price things and just allow a transaction to happen even if you don't need the exact good that I produce, right? And over time, lots of things have been used as money, right? Like people used salt as money at one point. In prisons, people use like cigarettes or different food items as money. Seashells, famously, all these like kind of things. And there's certain properties of money that make it good money or bad money, right? Like scarcity is one of those. Can people just, if you can find a bunch more seashells on the ocean, on the beach, then that's like a bad form of money, right? Or durability, like will the thing deteriorate over time? Like bread or something like that is probably like a bad form of currency because it goes bad, it rots, right? How portable is it? Like, a bar of gold is great as like a store of value, which by the way is another good property of money, but it's hard to move gold. Like if I need to pay somebody in Japan, like I need to fly that bar of gold, right? Or how subdivisible is it, right? Can I like chip off a little flake of gold to pay for my coffee, or so people look at these different properties of money, and you can kind of score different monies, and like this is partly why I think Bitcoin is probably the best form of money that's ever created, because it is scarce, provably scarce, just like gold or something like that. But it's more portable than gold. You can send a Bitcoin transaction kind of anywhere in the world pretty quickly. It's subdivisible down to like 8 decimal places. It's very durable. It's not going to go bad, and it's like it's fungible too. Like that if I have one Bitcoin, it's just as good as another Bitcoin, right? Like imagine if you had like different purities of metals, and like, oh, is this one diluted a little bit, or like are they hiding some lead in there? So yeah, I think you could think of Bitcoin as like a digital gold, and it has some of the best properties of gold, but some of the ones that gold doesn't have too, like the portability and subdivisibility, the programmability too. I would say you can use it in different set up different contracts with it and things like that. So that's kind of what money is to me. It's intended to be a medium of exchange, and I think crypto is really providing a better alternative on that dimension.
Yeah, exactly, 100%, exactly. You're never gonna know where to go. I mean, you can have gold and own it yourself, but you're never gonna be 100%. And if you want to be 100%, you need to do a lot of process, and you need to pay and tease and blah blah blah. So the Bitcoin, no, it's just decentralized. You know what it is. Nobody can take it. Nobody. One Bitcoin is one Bitcoin, and you can do whatever you want with it. You can just go. You're playing. You have your keys over here. All the money is here and storage in the blockchain, and nobody can take it from you. So and if like Joe is saying, actually, we still haven't seen what Bitcoin's gonna be able in the next years and months to come, because we have all these massive, right, all over here, and we still haven't even touched the goal. So the whole supply, the whole market cap of gold is still so minimal. Bitcoin is so minimal compared to the market cap of gold, and I have seen a strong sense the market will be keep driving this much higher over time. This time is not different. There is no second best, and that is so true. This is a monthly chart, so we're talking about years here in the next years to come, and you can see how massive it has been since 2015. It's just a bullish trend, just a super bullish trend, and every time we go up it's over high, and this will continue all the time for the next years to come, because government cannot do anything else more than print money and devaluate the currency you holding, and for that you should just save on Bitcoin. Just be poor in fiat. Doesn't matter. Just be poor in fiat and have all your wealth in crypto. You're gonna do so much better, because they don't know anything else more than print and devaluate completely your energy, your time, everything you give. You at least, or even if you don't get rich or wealthy, that's not any more the goal. I mean, you still can do super easy with crypto, but you want to retain the energy of your time, and this is exactly what Mayor is also saying. I want to play this video to you because it's so important for you to understand this.
A lot of skeptics out there who might watch this and say, wait a second, is the point of Bitcoin just for the people who have it now to get wealthier and wealthier? The largest holders of Marathon, of you guys, and of Strategy, convince them that there is a use case beyond just buying and holding, that this is a useful technology.
Well, I think the use case for Bitcoin from the highest level possible is I've created value and I want to keep it. That's it. I got a chuckle out of you. That's true. I got up out of bed. I sacrificed. I worked. I commuted. I did tasks. I created products. I created value for those around me. I want to keep that value.
But even though it's called a cryptocurrency, it's not used widespread as a currency. It's used as something that will accumulate or that people think will accumulate in value.
Yes, I think the definitions of currency and money and how we think of medium of exchange, store of value, I think it gets too complicated. And sometimes Bitcoin is so simple that people don't believe it can be that simple. The reality is money is what you acquire in exchange for your effort, your time, your energy. It's our time and energy in abstracted form. And I exchange my work hours for it so that I can later get the stuff I need in my life. I want to go to Whole Foods and get a steak. I want to go on vacation. I need to pay rent. That's what money's for, is to allow me to create value and take it with me tomorrow. And that's the use case. And today, it's increasingly difficult to achieve that. I can't save it in dollars. We all know that. Okay, you're going to force me to understand Japanese central bank monetary policy? You're going to force me to understand what tech stocks to pick? No, how about something that's definitively scarce, no one can inflate, I can store for free, I can move cheaply, and that I can put it in my brain. And that's the use case, and we all have that use case. Nation state, corporations, families, individuals. Simply put, I think everyone can find value in a technology that is open source and solve that for everybody.
Exactly. There's nothing else to add to that. So see you tomorrow, guys.